Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NBA Player Prop Show for Monday, April 26th, 2021. We got a huge slate, a huge Monday slate. Once again, I will be tuned into the Knicks. We got the Knicks looking for their 10th straight win against the Suns. Really excited for this slate. And we got four props that we're going to talk about today, and then we're going to dive right into your questions. Sorry that this is a little bit later today. Had some stuff to take care of earlier, so a little bit delayed, but still here before game time, still here, 5:40. That being said, before we get started here, just wanted to remind everyone about Monkey Knife Fight. Monkey Knife Fight is a great place for player prop games. You can play player props for each individual game. You could play it for the entire slate at once. A lot of great options, a lot of great games. You go on there, which is the link in the description below. Put in the promo code DUDE50. You get a 100% deposit match up to $50. So be sure to do that. Monkey Knife Fight, promo code DUDE50 for a 100% deposit match up to $50. Also, before we get started, just wanted to remind everyone to like this video, subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Twitter at sports_Burd, Instagram at sports_Burd as well. Let's get right to it here, right to the slate. The first prop that we are going to talk about today, the guys who has been going off lately, that is Bogdon Magdanovich of the Atlanta Hawks. I have him over 3.5 threes tonight against the Detroit Pistons. So looking at Bogdan right here, first of all, we got Trae Young out tonight. Lou Williams now announced out as well. Bogdan has just been on an absolute tear lately. And, with Trae Young or without Trae Young, but, without Trae Young in particular, he's also been on a tear. Let me just get this lineup right here. But yeah, so he's minus 18 right now to go over 3.5 threes in this game. If you're looking at the Detroit Pistons, just a team that's kind of just average across the board in all these categories. They rank at, Detroit actually ranks at, let me get this up here. Detroit ranks at 17th in the NBA in opponent three-point percentage at 36.9%. But the main stat that jumped out to me today with Bogdan Bogdanovic is the fact that Detroit defending shooting guards, they allow 3.1 threes per game to shooting guards. Bogdan's a guy who, this line is above 3.1 here, but he's a guy who's been lighting up from three. In 12 of his last 15 games, he has gone over this 3.5 threes number. And if we're looking at the last few games here, he's cleared the last three, 6 for 11 in his last game from three, 5 for 9 in the game before that, 4 for 10 in the game before that. Then he didn't hit it, 2 for 7, but then 5, 6, 5, 8. The guy's been on an absolute tear shooting threes. If we look at that 15-game stretch where I said that he's gone over 12 of those 15 times, he is shooting 8.9 threes per game, making 4.5 of them, shooting 50% from beyond the arc over that span. And like I said, Pistons very soft against shooting guards, shooting the three. As a result, I like Bogdan Bogdanovic to go over 3.5 threes. He's at minus 118 on FanDuel. That is my first prop of the day. Now we are going to move on to our next prop. And once again, get the questions in here. I will be sure to answer them after I go over these last few props here. 3 more to talk about. The next one, Darius Garland over 21.5 points. I've seen it in the comments at 20.5. So if you get it at 20.5, even better. But I like 21.5 as well. Cleveland Cavaliers go up against the Toronto Raptors tonight. Now, first of all, no Colin Sexton. Darius Garland has just been amazing lately. It's unfortunate. We got a really unlucky beat the other night with Darius Garland. I was trying to put together a same game parlay. He had 5 assists in the first half. He had 1 assist in the second half. And I believe he only had 1 3 in the second half as well. So that was a little bit unfortunate. Tried to put together a long shot same game parlay for Darius Garland. Looked really good in the first half. But like I said, Garland has been just amazing lately, especially you get no Sexton tonight. What's up? We got the comments in here. All right, yeah, keep your comments coming on. But back to Garland here. Last few games with Garland, when you're looking at a line here with 21.5 points, he has cleared this in his last 5 games. He's gone for 28, 27, 25, 23, 22 over his last 5 games. Goes up against the Toronto Raptors here. Now, the Raptors, they do not defend point guards well at all. Looking at Toronto here, they rank towards the bottom half of the league in in opponent points allowed to point guards, 23.7 allowed per game. In addition, this is just a team that's been allowing a lot of threes all year as well. Darius Garland, obviously a guy who could step back and hit the three with the ball in his hand more with Sexton out. This is going to help him a lot. Toronto ranks at 26th in the NBA in opponent threes made per game, so expect that to help him there. That's 13.9 threes a game that Toronto lets up. So I like Garland to go over 21.5 points tonight. Now, the next prop that we are going to discuss from my Knicks, we got Nerlens Noel over 7.5 rebounds. If you have not watched the New York Knicks this year, tonight is the night to do it. I believe the game's on NBA TV. First of all, it's going to be an amazing game. Second of all, guys like this, Nerlens Noel, and role players like Reggie Bullock, stuff like that. This is the reason why the Knicks, and obviously, Julius Randle has been unbelievable, but like besides Randle, these guys are a major reason why the Knicks have been this good lately. Nerlens Noel is playing like he was basically supposed to be. When he was he was the number one high school recruit in the country about like 10 years ago at this point. It seems like maybe a little bit less, like 8 years ago. He is finally playing that well. And his defense has just been absolutely unbelievable. The guy is a shot blocking machine, averaging 2.2 blocks per game. But getting to the reason why I like his rebounds tonight. So Phoenix, obviously, if you were to look at opponent team rebounds with Phoenix here, and I usually don't take guys against the Suns. If you were to look at opponent team rebounds, they are at 10th in the NBA in opponent rebounds per game as a team at 43.2. However, if we're looking at the rebounds that they allow to centers, it's not good. They allow 15.8 rebounds per game to centers, which ranks very much at the bottom of the league. If you're looking at the last few games for the Suns, they went up against the Nets where DeAndre Jordan grabbed like 12 boards against them. Then if you look at the game, the game before that against the Boston Celtics, Tristan Thompson grabbed double-digit rebounds. Then if you look before that, Embiid had like 17 rebounds. Nerlens Noel, 7.5. That's not a huge line for him. If we're looking at Nerlens Noel's last few games, he didn't hit this last game. However, the previous game, last game against the Toronto Raptors, Nerlens only had 5 rebounds. But the games before that, 12, 11, 8, 10, 9, 13. So the previous 6 games before that, he hit this over 7.5 rebounds. I think he bounces back tonight in that rebounds category against the Suns, who let up a lot of rebounds to centers. And as a result, I think he goes over 7.5 rebounds. And our last prop that we're going to look at from the Utah Jazz, Boyan Bogdanovic over 2.5 threes against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves, obviously one of the worst defensive teams in the league. That's the reason why they've been, so awful this year. No Donovan Mitchell tonight, so Bojan's been getting increased shot opportunities. And if we're looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves here, they allow a ton of points to shooting guards. They allow a ton of threes to shooting guards as well, 3.1 threes per game to shooting guards. Boyan Bogdanovic, I mean, this is a guy who he's been pretty much lights out lately. He has 7 threes, 7 for 13 he shot. This is a back-to-back against the Timberwolves. He shot 7 of 13 in the last game against the Timberwolves last game. He also had like 30. Let me get, how many points did he have that game? Let me just get the exact number. He had 30 points. So he had 30 points, 7 of 13 for 3 in that game. Also, if we're just looking at him lately, 3 for 8, then 2 for 6. So he didn't cover there. 3 for 8 again, the game before that. So he's covered in 3 of his last 4 games. Look, this guy's taking 8, 13, threes a game. I think if this guy could get, hoist up 8 threes tonight, I think it's a pretty solid chance against the Minnesota Timberwolves that he could get 3 to drop. So I like Boyan Bogdanovic against the Timberwolves to go over 2.5 threes in this game. Like normal, we will put the ticker below with all the props. So if you're joining in late, then look, feel free to check that out. But here we go. Let's get right to the questions. Feel free to ask away. What is up, Joey? Michael Porter Jr. over 22 points. Jokic over 26 points. Paul George over 29 points. Reggie Jackson 2 threes. Bogdan over 19 points. So we will start with the Denver Nuggets. Porter Jr. over 22 points or Jokic over 26 points. I'm going to quickly take a look at each of these. Porter Jr. has just been unbelievable lately, but I feel like it is a tough ask to ask the guy to score over 22 points. Let's just take a look here. Last game, he had a career high 39, and then 26, and then 17, 21, 21. Like, you could expect him to score. You could expect him to score over 20. I'm not sure you could expect him to score over 22. Now, if we're breaking down the Grizzlies defense here, the Grizzlies, they allow They allow a lot of they're very good at they're one of the best teams in the NBA at defending small forward. So what if you want to categorize Porter Jr. as a power forward, small forward, I don't really know how you categorize him. Small forward is how I would categorize him. That's what he's listed as. But yeah, Grizzlies are amongst the best in the NBA in terms of defending small forwards. However, against centers, they're not as good. So I'll probably roll with Jokic here. Over 26 rather than Porter Jr. And like I said, Porter Jr. just a tough ass to score 22 points. Paul George over 29 I like. He should destroy New Orleans, and he's been on an absolute tear lately. Reggie Jackson, 2 threes. Pelicans let up a lot of threes in general. Again, we've gone over this several times. They're amongst the worst in the NBA in that category. They're ranked 29th as a team in opponent threes made per game at 14.6. And yeah, I mean, Reggie Jackson, the only problem with Reggie Jackson is he doesn't shoot that many threes. Like, he's been hitting this lately. It's just like, all right, it's Reggie Jackson. Are we going to see a regression are we going to see a regression to what he normally is, or is he going to keep shooting above average? He's actually cleared this in his last 5 games, but he's been shooting like a ridiculous percentage. I mean, if we're looking at these last 5 games where he has hit it, it's not like he's shooting 10 threes and making 3 of them. He's gone 3 for 6, 4 for 7, 3 for 5, 3 for 4, and 3 for 6. That comes out to a percentage over that time of 57%. So, look, I think Reggie Jackson could potentially regress to the mean, despite the fact that he's facing the Pelicans. Do I think he'd get 2 threes? Yes. Do I think he'd get 3 threes? I would be a little bit more hesitant to do that. So if your prop is like 2+, then go for it. If your prop is over 2.5, then I would probably stay away. Bogdon Magdanovich over 19 points, I like a lot. I just went over why I like him tonight as well. All right. From Joseph here. What's up, Joseph? Garland over 20.5. I said I like that. Morant over 18. Yeah, Morant's been on a tear lately. Finally great to start seeing him score a lot more, so I like that. Michael Porter Jr. over 2.5 threes. Let's take a look at that here. You know, Memphis, I got them up against small forwards. I said that they're very good at defending small forwards. In terms of threes, they're around average for small forwards. In terms of threes in general, they're around average. Let me get this. So they rank as a team. They're a little bit below average, 19th in the NBA in opponent threes made per game as a team. The Grizzlies rank. So Porter Jr. over 2.5 threes. If we look at his previous few games as well, he has gone for 8, 7, 1, 5, 4, 3. So he's hit over 2.5 in 5 of his last 6 games. And again, if he keeps shooting 14, 12 threes a game, then I think he should easily hit over 2.5. So I do like that. Baisley over 17.5. No Lou Dort. I do like that. Aiden over 14.5. Like I said, goes against Nerlens Noel, which is, believe it or not, a tough matchup. Knicks are extremely good defending opposing centers amongst the best in the league. I would stay away from Aiden, but I like the others that you listed, Joseph. Let's go Knicks. Yes, sir. DeMar over 22.5 against Washington. Yeah, Washington is just not good on defense, and I like that a lot. Playing Randall over 26.5 points. Kevin Love under 26.5 points, rebounds, assists. Good with Randall with the tear he's been on. He's averaging. I did a Knicks. I write for the Knicks Wall, which is a really good Knicks website. If anyone's a Knicks fan in here, be sure to check that out. Follow them on Twitter as well at the Knicks Wall. But that being said, I was writing an article for preview for tonight's game. Over this winning streak, this 9-game winning streak, Randall's averaging over 30 points per game. I think he has another big night again. If the Knicks win tonight, that would be unbelievable. But it would take a phenomenal effort from Randall, and I think that could happen. So I do like Randall over 26.5. Kevin Love under 26.5 points, rebounds, assists. Yeah, Love is a guy who's been really inconsistent. When he pops off, he'll hit like 5 threes, but other than that, it hasn't been that significant for him. Let me look at the last few games. 12, 5, and 1, 12, 5, and 2, 15, 9, and 4. So that would be an example of him, having a great game. He's just not rebounding at the rate that you would like to see from him, but he does go against Toronto, who is a poor rebounding team. I think this could be close. I don't mind the under. I'm not huge on it, though. Master Yoda. Oh, man. What's up, Dylan? What's up, man? I love a ton of plays today. First off, I'm parlaying Bogdanovic points, threes. I love those today. Yeah, for sure. Assuming you mean Bogdan, but I also like Bojan. But if you like either one is good, but I assume you mean Bogdan. Want to pair 2 more. Thoughts on Capella over 15.5 rebounds. Barnes over over 18.5 points, or Barnes over 2.5 threes, Buddy Hield over 19.5 points. So yeah, here's the thing here. De'Aaron Fox is out, so you're going to get a lot of these other guys in the Kings contributing really well. I do like Capella, but to get started with what you started with here. Capella over 15.5 boards. I mean, I like that a lot. Capella, he didn't clear it, I believe. He's cleared it like a bunch, except for like once lately. Now, if you're looking at Detroit here, and this is a team that's playing Mason Plumlee at center, they let up a ton of rebounds to centers, 15.5 per game. So I do like Capella. Harrison Barnes over 18.5 points. No De'Aaron Fox. I'm going to take a look at Barnes lately. He has been shooting a lot more threes lately, which has been nice to see from him. So you have that or 2.5 threes from Barnes. They go up against the Dallas Mavericks, who let up a lot of threes themselves, ranking 20th in the NBA as a team in opponent threes made per game at 13. Harrison Barnes, last few games, 5 threes, 4 threes, 2, 5, 3. He's really shooting a lot. Like the last few games, he's taken 9 threes. So I do like Barnes over 2.5 threes. I'd rather, I honestly like 18.5 for Barnes also. I'd probably rather stick with 2.5 threes personally. So I'd go 2.5 threes over instead of 18.5 points. And then Buddy Hield over 19.5 points. Going to take a quick look at Hield here, who's had a little bit of a down shooting year. Unfortunate. Buddy Hield. Last few games, I mean, the guy's been shooting lights out. 6 of 8, 7 of 11, 25, 29 points. Yeah, I'm okay with 19.5 over. Keep the questions coming. All righty here. Jeremy Grant over 22.5. Siakam over 22.5. Jared Allen over 14.5. Kyle Lowry over 6.5. Karl Anthony Towns over 24.5 points. Okay. Jeremy Grant to start out against Atlanta. So Grant, obviously one of those guys, was great at the beginning of the season, has slowed down a little bit. That being said, let's get his info up here. That being said, he's kind of just missed a lot of games lately, but when he's played, he's scored 25 points, 26, 14, 28, 29, and he's playing tonight, so I'm okay with that number, 22.5. Now looking at Siakam over 22.5, goes up against Cleveland, who Cleveland lets up a lot of points in the paint. Cleveland ranks at 24th in the NBA in opponent points in the paint per game at 49.4. I'm okay with Siakam over 22.5. I like the matchup for him. Didn't really play well against the Knicks. I'm not sure what his end game stats were, but just from a quick glance watching the game, let me take a look at this for Siakam. Siakam, he had 26 points, even though it seems like he didn't play well. 27, 20, 30. I'm okay with Siakam. I do like the matchup, and he's been scoring a lot lately. Jared Allen over 14.5 against Toronto. Toronto, pretty good interior defense. Second in the NBA in opponent points in the paint per game. For that reason, I'm probably going to stay away from Allen over 14.5. Kyle Lowry over 6.5 assists. If we're looking at Cleveland here, they're kind of middling in terms of opponent assists per game. And they rank, okay, but they do let up a lot of assists to point guards. And if we're looking at Kyle Lowry, the last couple of games, he's gone 4, I should say. 9, 5, 6. But again, I do like the matchup here. I would be okay with that. And then Towns, I like the matchup against Utah, who, believe it or not, let up a lot of points to center. So I'm good with Towns over 24.5. Aiden, 15 points. Bogdan, 20 points. Ingram over 4 assists. Bazley over 17. So to address the questions that I've already answered here, I do like Bogdan over 20 points. I do like Bazley over 17 points. Now, if we're looking at Aiden in this game, like I said, you look at Aiden the last few games, 20 points, 10, 10, 20. He has a tough matchup against this Knicks team. Nerlens Noel is really good. I would stay away from Aiden, 15 points. And now if we're looking at Brandon Ingram over 4 assists, so the Clippers don't allow a ton of assists to small forwards. But if we're looking at Ingram's last few games here, Let's bring up Ingram. Keep asking any questions you have. In addition, you could follow me on Twitter at sports_Burd. You could follow me on Instagram at sports_Burd. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel as well. We get up Ingram here, averaging 4.9 assists per game. And the last few games, he's gone for 6, 6, 5, 4, 5. So he's cleared this a lot recently. 7 of his last 8 games. Yeah, I'm good with Ingram over 4. All right, we got Vucevic over 22.5, Paul George over 7.5 rebounds, Lonzo over 4.5 assists, Brandon Ingram over 23.5 points, Marcus Morris over 16.5. So Nikola Vucevic over 22.5. Vucevic over 22.5. Let's just get him up here. All right, so Vucevic, I had him the other night. I don't remember whether it was Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday of last week I had him. It was frustrating because I literally got him on the wrong night. The guy, they got blown out to Cleveland. And I guess he didn't play a lot in the fourth quarter. Plus, he had a really cold shooting night. The entire team did. Of course, the one night I picked him was the night that the team just imploded. That being said, Vucevic, the guy's been shooting a lot. No Levine. 1 second here. Last 2 games, 26, 18, and 9, and then 29, 25, 24, 29. So Vucevic goes up against the Heat. The Heat rank at first in the NBA in opponent points in the paint per game. Now, if we're looking at their opponent points to centers here, that's also very good rating. I would stay away from Vuce over 22.5. Paul George over 7.5 rebounds. Yeah, he's been killing it with rebounds lately. Goes up against a Pelicans team who are basically the best rebounders in the league. But that being said, his last few games, he's gone for 14, 11, 7, 9, 7. Again, goes up against the Pelicans here, though. I would be okay with playing Paul George, even though it's a tough matchup just because of the recent play. Now, if we're looking at Lonzo over 4.5 assists, Lonzo over 4.5 assists, that I would have to say averaging 5.6 on the season. Last game, he's gone for 4, 12, 3, 3, 3, 3. Not a great hit rate there. I'd probably stay away. Brandon Ingram over 23.5. Let's get this up here. Ingram over this Clippers Pelicans game is an interesting one for props. You got such a high over under there. So he's hit this he's on a tear lately. So he's hit this in his 7 of his last 8 games. You could ride the hot hand. Clippers obviously are good defense. They don't have Kawhi Leonard tonight. They do have Paul George. Now if we're just going to take a look at one more thing for the Clippers, they rank, they're extremely elite at guarding small forwards. If there's one night where he's going to fall back down to earth, it's probably this night. I'm gonna say I'm neutral on it. That's my final verdict. If you want to ride the hot hand, go for it, but it is a tough matchup. Okay. My bad on the banner, by the way. I have someone saying, so hold on. My bad on the banner here. I gotta adjust this. Nerlens Noel over 7.5 rebounds was my prop. So we had somebody asking in the comments here from Axel. Just double checking. Noel 7.5 points and rebounds. It's rebounds. I had a typo in the banner there, but at the beginning I did say rebounds. Okay. My bad for that. All righty. Aaron Gordon over 10.5 points tonight, being that Barton is out, and he probably becomes the third option. Aaron Gordon. Guy's been tough to read lately. Just he was on an extremely cold streak. He had a good game the other night against the Warriors. Now you get Will Barton out as well. So now you're hitting the point where you're like, all right, Aaron Gordon's gonna have to have extreme involvement in the offense if this team's gonna be good. Or I should say they have been good. So I'm gonna say if this team's gonna sustain their offense, I'd stay away from Gordon. He's just too inconsistent. I know Barton's out. I took Noel the day he had 5 boards, but I'll take your word for it. I trust you've seen enough Knick games. Excited for tonight's game. Yes, sir. Garland over. Yes, Chill Will, for sure. Rubio under 17.5 points, rebounds, assist. Valanciunas over 15.5 points. Magic team total under 99.5. Halliburton over 15.5. Dejante Murray over 4.5 assists. Okay. So we will start with Rubio. Goes up against the Utah Jazz. Obviously a tough matchup there. Let's go to Rubio here. 1 second. All right, Rubio. Oh my bad. We're having some technical issues here, but I'll get the Rubio page up. All right, Rubio. Last 2 games, 2-2. Oof. 11-6, 6-11. And then the rebounding, he's kind of like 2 to 4 boards a game. Against the Jazz here. He only played 20 minutes last game, but his minutes have been kind of all over the place. I think against the Jazz, I like the under 17.5 points, rebounds, assists. Valanciunas over 15.5 points against the Nuggets. So the Nuggets, that's a tough matchup. Denver ranks at 7th in the NBA in opponent points in the paint per game. That being said, Valanciunas 17.1 points per game. He's gone for 21, 17, 16, 19, 26, 34. So he's cleared this like a decent. He's cleared this in each of his last 9 games. So yeah, I would go with that despite the tough matchup. Magic team total under 99.5. Lakers have a good defense. 99.5 isn't a lot. I don't usually do over-unders, but I don't hate that. Halliburton over 15.5 with Fox out. I like Dejante Murray over 4.5 assists against the Wizards. Let's get this up here. He's averaging 5.3 assists per game on the season. And we got he's kind of all over the place, but again, high scoring in the Wizards game, I'd be okay with it. Anthony Edwards over 20.5 points against the Jazz. Tough matchup again, but I think I'd be okay with that. Let's get to Edwards here. Yeah, I mean, Edwards, this is a guy, he's been going for 20 plus pretty much night in, night out. So and he had 23 against Utah last game. I'd be okay with Edwards over 20.5. PG over 29 I definitely like. Randall over 27.5 I like as well. Derek White over 2.5 threes or 17.5 points. Theoretically, if we are going based on matchup here, he should hit both them. He burned me last week, though, so I'm personally staying away. Can I link that website for the Knicks? Yes, I will get it in the comments actually right now. Get that right in the comments for you. Yeah, the Knicks wall. So if you are a Knicks fan, if you just like following basketball in general, and you like following what's going on with the Knicks, the Knicks wall is the place to go. A lot of good stuff, a lot of good articles. The social channels are great. Instagram, Twitter at the Knicks wall. I'm running that sometimes here and there. Let's get the exact link. I'll type it in, honestly, instead of sending the link. Check. All right, I just sent it in the comments. All righty. All right, next. Morant over 5 rebounds. Towns over 10.5. Valanciunas over 10.5. Ingram over 4.5 assists. Kobe White over 15.5 points. Yeah. So John Morant, 5 rebounds for him. I want to quickly bring up Denver. Denver ranks at, their point guards don't get rebounds. They're amongst the top of the league in terms of rebounds to opponent point guards. So if we're looking at Ja, I know he's been going off lately. I would probably stay away from Ja rebounds here. Let me just double check the last few games. Let's check this out. I would go, so he's been rebounding a lot lately. Could he go over 5? Maybe. But I would stay away due to the matchup. Towns over 10.5 rebounds, though I do like. Valanciunas over 10.5 I like as well. Ingram over 4.5 assists. Believe I just discussed that before. Good with that. And then Kobe White over 15.5 points against the Miami Heat. Heat are allowing a lot of threes lately. All season, I should say. Let's get this up. Last few games for Kobe White, he has gone for 31, 18, 19, 14. With the game, he had 31 points. He shot 18 times. Thing is, he's only shooting 10 times sometimes. 15.5 isn't a lot. I'd be okay with it. I'm not huge on it. Once again, before we go to our next question, just wanted to remind everyone about Monkey Knife Fight. You plug in the promo code DUDE50, you get an 100% deposit match up to $50. Once again, promo code DUDE50 on Monkey Knife Fight. You could check that out in the link in the description below. A great place for player prop games. Lots of multipliers, lots of prop game options. Harrison Barnes, 1.5 threes. I like that. John Morant over 18.5 points. I do like that as well. Guy's been going on a tear lately. PJ Dozier under 12.5. Reggie Jackson over 14.5 points. Vucevic over 32.5 points, rebounds, assists. Reggie Jackson over 4.5 assists. Ingles over 14.5 points. So Harrison Barnes, I already discussed. I do like him a lot. John Morant over, I like that a lot as well. I said PJ Dozier under 12 points. PJ Dozier has been getting a little bit increased minutes due to all the injuries. Let me get this up here. PJ Dozier has gone for 23, 9, 7, 10, 11. So he cleared the one game, but he got extended minutes because it was, he just had a good game against the Rockets. It wasn't necessarily that extended minutes. He's been playing around 25 minutes a game. I'm good with Dozier under 12.5. I think last game was a little bit of an anomaly. Reggie Jackson over 14.5 points against New Orleans. I do like that. Pelicans let up a lot of points, high over under in this game. And Jackson, the last few games, 19, 9, 13, 13. So he hit it last game, but hasn't hit it that frequently. But again, I do like the matchup. I think I do like that over. Not huge on it, not as huge as the other three you mentioned, but I'm okay with it. Vucevic over 32.5 points, rebounds, assists. I don't love Vucevic's matchup tonight against the Heat. That being said, 32.5 isn't that high of a number, so I don't hate it. But I don't love it either. Jackson over 4.5 assists, I would be okay with. Pelicans let up a lot of assists. Joe Ingles over 14.5 points. Again, against the Minnesota, I would be good with that as well. Darius Garland over 21.5 points and 29.5 assists plus points. Yes, I like those. Mason Plumlee over 19.5 points plus rebounds. John Collins over 18.5 points. Kyle Lowry over 4.5 rebounds. Randall over 2.5 threes. Aiden over 25.5 points, rebounds. Garland, I like both of those. I'm huge on Garland tonight, and just in general, I love Garland. Mason Plumlee, 19.5 points plus rebounds. Let's get this up here. Mason Plumlee goes up against the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are allowing, so they allow a lot of rebounds to opposing centers. That's one thing. Plumlee's a guy who averages 9.4 rebounds per game. Last few games for Plumlee, oh my God, 17 and 21, 13 and 16. He's been gone off the last 2 games, and yeah, I'm good with him continuing that. I like it. John Collins over 18.5. I like that with everyone out. Kyle Lowry over 4.5 rebounds going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers here. If we look at Lowry rebounds, this was a prop that we hammered early in the season, averaging 5.5 rebounds per game on the season. Last couple of games, he has gone for 7 rebounds. Last 3 games he's played, and he's gone for 7. So I'm good with that. Julius Randle over 2.5 threes. I'm okay with that. I actually was looking at it earlier. I like Bullock. I think RJ Barrett over 1.5 threes there's a lot of juice on it, which is why I didn't list it here. The Suns, they allow a lot of threes to opponent shooting guards. So I like RJ Barrett over 1.5 the most in that game, even though it's the most juiced. Randle over 2.5, I'm fine with. Also, he's shooting a lot. Aiden over 25.5 rebounds plus points. Again, not huge on Aiden tonight, even though it seems like a lot of people are. So yeah, thank you for your questions, Bo. What's up, Stefan? Hey, man, what do you think of this parlay? Butler and Vuce 20 plus. Conley 7 assists, Gobert 13 rebounds, Barnes 15, Halliburton 15, MPJ 20, Jokic 25. I like all those. I do like all those. Vuce, as I said before, I'm not huge on Vuce tonight, but 20 plus is better than 22.5, so I like it. Alrighty. What would you choose between these two? Conley and Ingles over 12.5 assists combined. I like that. Or Gobert or Towns both double-double. Tough call. Timberwolves as a team, if we're looking at just team stats here, Timberwolves as a team rank at 29th in the NBA in opponent assists per game at 26.8. Conley has been in double digit assists several times lately. He didn't have it last game, but I believe the games before that he's been rolling with the assists. Last few games he has gone for, let's just see. Last few games he's gone for 7 and then 13, 10, 10, 14. I feel confident Gobert gets a double-double. Towns, I think it's less guaranteed. I'd probably roll with Conley, Ingles assists combined over it. Zion over 28.5. Tough matchup, but I'm okay with that. Jokic over 25.5 points. Aiden over 10.5 rebounds. Morant over 7.5 assists. I like Ja over 7.5 assists. Jokic over 25.5 I'm good with. Aiden over 10.5 rebounds. As I said, not huge on him tonight. Now, if we're looking at... 1 second here. Just bring up his rebounds the last few games. Yeah, I mean, he's so inconsistent rebounding. That's the thing. And the Knicks are good against opposing centers. I'd stay away from Gordon. Aaron Gordon over 4.5 rebounds seems nice. Yes, it is. I hit that on Friday, and I will do it. I will be glad to do that once again. I thought Bojan plays small forward. What did I say? He plays shooting guard? Let me just go double check on this. I feel like he's kind of a hybrid of both, but let me go double check what they are listing him as. Because I guess, well, all right, yeah, he is listed as small forward, but I guess if you're not playing Donovan Mitchell, then 1 second. Yeah, I mean, small forward, I guess. I guess he could play both, but small forward is what he is listed at, yes. Garland over 32.5 points, rebounds, assists. Good with that. Bam over 18.5 against the Bulls. The Bulls, if we're looking at points in the paint here, rank 27th in the NBA in opponent points in the paint per game. I like it. Butler over 7.5 assists with Hero out. I'm okay with it. Let me look at the last couple of games, though, for him. Averaging 7.3 assists per game on the season. Butler, 8, 7, 11, 8, 9, 8. Yeah, I'm good with it with Hero out, especially. All righty here. Looks like we are slowing down with the questions. Any other questions we got for today? Once again, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Really helps me out. Follow me on Twitter at sports_Burd. If you like and subscribe, really helps me out once again. Any other questions we got for today before we head off? Big slate tonight. And if you have any other questions, you could feel free to tweet at me. Anything else? All right, that looks like it is it for the questions tonight. Once again, thank you everyone for watching. Already plugged everything before. Like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at sports_Burd. Be sure to check out Monkey Knife Fight, promo code DUDE50 for an 100% deposit match up to $50. Link is in the description below. Goodbye, everyone, and good luck with your prop betting.